I studied 2 degrees, but I really don't work in that area. I'm not in an office. But with those 2 degrees, it opens doors for me.
Okay.
It has given me knowledge that I use now in media. We have gifts, and these gifts will bring joy to the world. It will give us money,
Yes.
and these gifts are put in us for a purpose.
Okay.
So the best thing is find your brand, which was
Okay.
now another thing we discussed.
Okay.
Brand is how you present yourself.
Yes, this is Sultan Online TV. Kwenye mic ni Kega. Kega si ile ya Kikuyu, kuna ingine Kega. Kwa mic hapa nina Mama Mary, mnamkumbuka kwa Safaricom. Last time tuliongea naye kidogo, kwa shida kidogo tu ya muda kidogo tukaongea, lakini kwa sasa nimempata kwa maana alikuwa na kazi fulani hapa. Sasa nataka atukumbushe ni nani, alafu atuongeleshe mawili matatu hapo. Yes, karibu.
Hi, jina langu ni Mary Mwangi. The last time nilikuwa kwa Sultan TV,
Yes.
I was talking about what I do as a person. Nafanya kazi kwa kampuni inaitwa Multimedia International Agency.
Okay.
Mimi nafanya kazi ya creative, tunafanya kazi ya marketing, branding, kitu kama hizo.
Sasa kwa leo nimewapata hapa. Tuko Zimmerman, county ni Nairobi.
Yes.
Kumekuwa mkutano wa vijana youth. Nikaona umewekwa hapo ama umeitiwa hapo kama counselor. Sasa hasa mpango ni gani ilikuwa hapa kwa vijana?
Sasa vijana waliita mahubiri, waliita mentors, waliita watu wa media, waongelesha juu ya maisha, juu ya kuwasaidia vile wanaweza kufanya kazi, vile wanaweza to have a vision.
Yes.
So I would like to first and foremost thank Eugene. Where is he? There he is. Because without Eugene, I would not be standing before this altar. So thank you, Eugene. Thank you very much. So I find myself here because of young people like Eugene, this wonderful gentleman here who's videoing me too close. And because of that, I have come to share with you about branding. But before I go into branding, I would like to introduce myself a little bit more. I work for an organization called Multimedia International Agency. It's many words. Sema M.I.A. You. And mwenye M.I.A. amekaa hapa, hataki kuongea. Jina lake ni Nick Kayo. Those from Central understand what Kayo means. It's that person who speaks loudly, announces, Kayo kamwege. So I was born in Nairobi, and my dad got a job in India. So me and my sisters and my mom, we go to India with my dad. Then after that, we go to the UK. So now we're going to Europe. I go to school, kindergarten in Europe. From there, we go to Germany and a couple of other European countries. By the time I come back to Kenya, I'm not a Kenyan. I'm talking and people are looking at me and and I'm telling them, no, I'm Kenyan. My name is Mwangi. I was born in Nairobi. My dad is from Murang'a. My mom is from Kiambu. Kenya. So what does that mean? It means that I didn't look like what I felt I was. Because my brand is who people see. It's who people hear. It's how I sound. If I'm polite to people, if I'm kind to people, that is what is most important. So I'm not going to give you a whole training, but I'm actually going to use the people who stood here before us to explain what a brand is. Our dear Minister Vicky, who taught us a lot about praise and worship. She has a specific brand. If you don't mind standing again, madam. Look at how beautiful she is. When I look at this beautiful lady, thank you very much. much. I see a beautiful woman of God. I saw a woman here who has a skill set that I have to learn. You can communicate. Okay, my sister, vile uliongea, siwezi ongea kama wewe. You brought to these young people the truth of what praise and worship is. I haven't had lunch, Siskija. You fed me. You fed me today. Thank you, and God bless you for that. And then my dear Sister Catherine, if there is one gift you have the gift of walking, talking, being your brand. You are a powerful woman who will tell these young people that things don't come easy. They don't come easy. We are called the microwave generation, isn't it? Naingiza kitu, 2 seconds, moto. That's what we expect in life. But that is not the way of God. God took Abraham out of his people, and God had to work on Abraham for him to finally become the man that we now call a prophet of God, a friend of God. And so now we look at a lady like Catherine. Looking at you, Catherine, I saw the Mount Kenya region representative. Sikumwona huyu mhasla, sikumwona ata. And what we need in life is for the young people to talk to people like Catherine, Pastor Vicky, your pastor, and everybody else in this church who has gone through life, for you to understand what your purpose is and for you to achieve your purpose. So when I, as a young lady, met Eugene, it was not because I wanted anything from Eugene. I actually do mentoring. And the reason why I do mentoring is for reasons like Catherine, where you look at where your life has gone and you're not quite where you want to be, and the people who help you may even just tell you one word, Vumilia, come here and worship. Focus on God. Put God first. This is not the end. If I tell you about my story, you will not believe it. So I ask you young people to talk to people who are in a position to teach you that which will edify you. Always put God first. That's what's most important. Be true to yourself. Ask God what your skill set is. Because if you see this gentleman here, this very young man, Nick Cairo, he went to the US to study business. Because that's what people of our time did. You studied business, you studied law, you studied medicine. But akaingia ka studio pengine huko America, akaona mixer, akaona vitu kama hizi, akasema, that's nice, I like it. So he did a second degree. He did a second degree in music production, and he went into events. Now when he called his family and told his family, I'm going to run a business, but it's not going to be a business in an office, itakuwa business ya events. The family wakashangaa, ati unataka kuwa nini? So he explains, mimi nataka kuwa mtu wa events. Events nedu, what is an event? And he was, he's trying to explain, and the mom says, he's a DJ. Amekuwa DJ. Now, as parents, we also need to believe in our children's visions. Because that child that you're dismissing as a DJ, or you're dismissing as a dancer or a singer, could become a person who salvages your family, brings your family first and foremost to God, and brings your family that prosperity that you've been looking for. I studied politics, and then I studied a second degree in that, and I thought I was going to go to the AU, New Ambassador of Kenya, AU. It never happened. Life happened. But I had a skill set that my mother and my family pushed me into, and it was my voice. And through the process of my voice, I was able to use my 2 degrees and my voice skill set and communication skills to become a content creator and communication strategist. So through that process, I have now started mentoring young people. And Nick always asked me to do this. My voice, 20 years ago, when I was a young girl, became the very first English voice of Safaricom. Mteja, wakizungu, sio Waswahili. So it went like this. They still have 2 prompts left. The mobile subscriber cannot be reached. So sasa mteja amepatikana. But the point is, this gift I was given many years ago has allowed me to become what I am today, put food on my table, mentor young people like Eugene and many others. So I ask you young people to first put God first, look for your gifting, make sure that you are able to brand yourself authentically. You don't come here and pretend you're something you're not. Be who God intended you to be and watch your life prosper. With those few words, I hope you're blessed. Amen.
So I came to talk about kazi ile Mungu amekupatia, ile kipawa.
Yes.
And what your purpose is. And in that purpose, unaweza fanya DJing, unaweza fanya hata vile mimi nafanyanga kazi ya sauti.
Yes.
So in the process niliwaongelesha na pia wazazi walikuwa kuambia wazazi first and foremost, mtoto wako akikwambia mimi nataka kuimba, then take it to God.
Yes.
Because this child haongei kigafla. Mungu ndio amempatia hiyo kipawa. And if the child anataka kuimba, msaidie.
Okay.
Huyu mtoto anaweza kununulia nyumba.
Yeah.
Na hiyo kipawa yake.
Yeah.
So what I encourage parents to do ni kuongea na watoto wao. I have a son. Na kipawa chake sio yangu.
Yes.
His is totally different. But I encourage him.
Okay.
And I push him in that area. I support him.
Okay.
Akitaka vitabu nampatia vitabu. Akitaka pesa kidogo, sio mingi, kidogo ya kuanza hiyo kazi,
yes,
I will give him. Bado hajaniuliza pesa, but
yes.
if it happens.
Okay.
The point na stress is we have gifts and these gifts will bring joy to the world. It will give us money,
yes,
and these gifts are put in us for a purpose.
Okay.
So the best thing is find your brand, which was now another thing we discussed.
Okay.
Brand is how you present yourself. Wewe kama sauti yako ni ile kidogo, there's no problem.
Yes.
There'll be a space for that voice.
Yes.
Kama uko na sauti kubwa and you have a big personality,
yes,
there is a place for that.
You can be an MC, master of ceremony, na mambo zingine.
Be true to yourself. I have told you my Swahili is not the best.
No, I understand.
But I am true to the fact, Kiswahili yangu.
No problem.
Yes. My English is a bit better. I blame it on the schools.
Yes.
But the point I'm stressing is I cannot say siwezi kuja hapa. I will make sure I communicate.
Yes.
As simply as I can. Na watu watatoka huko wamepata some knowledge that will help them. Hopefully, that's what we are doing today.
Okay.
And thank you very much for having me on your television station.
Another question, please.
Yes.
Okay, today najua leo ilikuwa ni M.I.A, Multimedia International.
Multimedia International Agency. Very many words, huh?
Yes, no problem. Sasa na leo mmekuwa hapa na mkatoa ushuhuda fulani.
Yes.
Nitaomba mtoe ujumbe kwa wale wazazi.
Yes.
Unatayarishia mtoto akuwe daktari, akuwe judge, akuwe mtu fulani, lakini hana hiyo kipawa. Na unaona hiyo kipawa ile ako nayo ni kadogo sana. Hawezi taka in the future akuwe mtu kama huyo. Na leo tumekuwa na lengo moja, to brand, kukuza ama kukuza ile iko ndani mwako inakuwa brand.
Kujiuza.
Yes.
Kama Waswahili wanasema, at least wanajua, kizuri chajiuza. Aha, kibaya chajitendeza. I think that's it.
Unaweza pea sasa ushauri mgani wazazi kama hao?
Now, that is a very tricky area. Because saa zingine your parent can see something in you. Na wewe umekataa. What I always encourage young people to do, first and foremost, respect your parents.
Yes.
Respect their choices. Find a way kuwaongelesha. If that is not bringing you joy, if you're struggling with it, then that can be a problem. However, let me give you my example in this one. I studied 2 degrees that I really don't work in that area. I'm not in an office, but with those 2 degrees, it opens doors for me.
Okay.
It has given me knowledge that I use now in media. So siwezi sema, mtoto wako akisema sitaki kuwa daktari, unamwambia, no. I'm saying as a parent, find a way to come to common ground.
Okay.
Musikizane na mtoto wako. Mwambie
na umwelewe.
Yes. Because you will be very surprised. Huyo mtoto atakwambia, mimi nataka kufanya hivi, lawyer badala ya daktari.
Yes.
Au atakwambia pharmacist badala ya udaktari.
Yeah.
Hakuna shida. Bora you support your child.
Yes.
We look at some of our parents, our grandparents. Hawakuwa hata na wazazi wanajua kusoma, but they did well. And they were never discouraged. It was the teacher anasema, huyu anaweza kuwa journalist.
Yes.
Huyu anaweza kuwa hivi na hivi. So as a parent, your job here on earth is to shepherd your children.
Yes.
So kuwashikilia.
Yes.
It's to shepherd them and then they fly, they soar. So as a parent and as a child, find that middle ground.
Shukuru sana.
Thank you.
Na M.I.A kwa sasa, M.I.A International Agency, inatayarisha nini ndio wale wafuatao zile kazi inafanya wajue nini hasa ile inaendelea?
Kuna mtu ambaye anaitwa Eugene Mbana.
Yes.
Ni Mbanyamulenge.
Yes.
Ametuuliza kama tunaweza msaidia kutengeneza concert ya Wabanyamulenge na watu wa Great Lakes region. Tuseme Burundi, Rwanda, Congo, including Kenya. So tuko na function itakuwa September. I cannot give you the date yet. Lakini just keep talking to Sultan. Muulize hapo kwa comments.
Hapo mimi nitawajuza nini na muendelea. Na tunashukuru.
Thank you.
Na mimi na timu yangu tunawashukuru na tutaendelea kufanya karibu na M.I.A International Agency na M.I.A kwa vile tutajaribu kukuza vile vipawa.
Thank you.
Na tuone vile kipawa cha mtu anaweza kakiuza na faidike.
Thank you.
Tunashukuru sana.
Asante.
Tukumbushe tulikuwa na nani?
Mary Mwangi.
Yes. Kutoka mzungu kutoka Kiambu.
Mimi ni Nairobi, Kenyan.
Thank you.
Thank you.